Okay, so this call is being recorded. It'll be available if you missed a step, if you need to go back and check something. You will have the recording, so just keep in mind that that is happening. And we are going to get started in a bit. For attendance, if you could find the chat and put in your first and last name, that would be awesome. If you're on a computer, wiggle your mouse and a gray toolbar should come up. And it looks like a speaking bubble next to the hand. So once you find that, go ahead and put your name in chat. If you're on your phone, it should be at the bottom of your phone. It should be like a chat bubble window. So go ahead and find that and type your first and last name into the chat for me. Is anyone having trouble finding the chat button?
Yes, I'm having trouble.
To type my name.
Okay. Who's on a computer?
Me.
Okay. Wiggle your mouse on your computer screen, and then you should see a long gray bar pop up. Do you see the bar?
It says chat and channel meetings is for only available for team members.
Okay. Can you see the chat?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. Did you enter the meeting through the Teams app or through a different way?
I logged into it online.
Okay. Is everyone else having that same problem?
Yeah, I don't have the option.
Okay. I do need you guys to be able to see it though. Can you guys see the chat?
No.
No. Okay. All right. That's okay. Right now, while we're waiting to get started, I want you guys to go to Illinois WorkNet. And if you can't see it in the chat, then I will show it to you on my screen. Maybe. What do you guys see on my screen right now? My background?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, do you see IllinoisWorkNet.com?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and get logged into this website to get started. And just keep it open in the background. We'll need it in just a little bit. Okay, so while you guys are working, I'm going to start talking. We have a lot to do today. Some of you have already gotten a jump start, which is great. It'll save you some time later on. But my name is Miss Brooks, so if you need anything, I'm happy to help you. I'm a teacher over at Manual right now, but I was asked to help out with the summer program, and I think it's going to be great for a lot of you guys. So today we are going to work through about 6 modules together. We'll probably get through the first 3 this morning. We'll take a 2-hour break, and then we'll come back and knock out the rest. Okay. You will need to have access to several windows, so you'll have to have some Padlets open. You'll need to use Illinois WorkNet often today, and then you'll need to have access to YouTube. So with the other class, I've been sharing the links through the chat. I may just email you guys the links that you need so that you have them all in one spot so you can pull them up as we go. Does that work okay for you all?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that okay? Okay. I don't want to talk the whole 4 hours by myself, and it'll be so much better if we interact. So if you have something to say, definitely hop in at any time. Just talk. It's okay. I won't be offended. Remember to unmute your mics before you speak. I can't see like any of your pictures or your videos, so I won't know if you're speaking if you don't unmute. So don't feel like I'm ignoring you. Just remember to do that. Okay?
All right.
Okay, awesome. So let's get started then. tell me about anyone who's already had some work experience. Is anyone already working? Are you guys looking for jobs? Would this be your first job? Tell me where you are.
I'm employed, but I haven't started working yet,
Nice.
and I'm looking for extra.
Okay. Where do you work?
I work at Goodwill, and I've already been employed before with the TaskLink. I've done it 2 summers in a row.
Awesome. And who am I speaking with? What's your name?
Alicia Shelley.
Okay, awesome, Alicia. Thanks for sharing. Has anyone else already had work experience?
No, this will be my first job.
Okay. And who am I speaking with?
Jerron Clemens.
Hey, Jerron. All right, so tell me how you're feeling. Are you nervous? Are you excited? Like, what's going on?
I'm very nervous.
Nervous? Why are we nervous? What are we thinking about? What's making you nervous?
I don't know. It feels like a job interview.
Okay. Are you nervous in this class, or are you just nervous about the interview you'll have to do later?
The interview I'll have to do later.
Okay, so today we will work through some interview stuff. So you should feel better by the end of the day. Also, your job coach is going to help you one-on-one. So I think that you'll do fine. Keep in mind that you will need to practice your responses, and like the more you practice, of course, the better you'll feel. Okay, so keep that in mind. Let's talk about this $500 bonus real quick. So at the end of the summer, if you complete all of the assignments that we're going to do today, and after you clock so many hours with your employer, once we get that scheduled for you, you have the opportunity to get an extra $500. Okay. So today is going to feel like a lot. Like I'm going to have you search for jobs, apply for a few jobs. You're going to do some mock interviews. You're going to send pictures of like what you would wear to an interview. You're going to do surveys. It's going to feel like a lot of work, but we'll break it down. And just keep in the back of your mind that if you knock all this stuff out, you can get up to $500 in like a month and a half. Okay? Any questions about any of this so far? No? We good? Okay. All right. So last night I emailed you guys, and some of you have already done this. I like Flipgrid because I'm all about doing things quickly, and it's nothing to just look at a quick video or a quick picture of an outfit. So I use it a lot. If you already know what you would wear to an interview, go ahead and post it on Flipgrid, and then we can knock out your points for your bonus that way. Okay? If you already have a resume done, go ahead and send that to me now so you don't have to work on that later, and then you'll get your points for that too. Okay?
Does my Snag-a-Job resume count?
That'll be fine as long as you're able to edit it. But if it's possible for you to like, can you download that as a Word document?
I might be able to.
Okay, if you can do that, that would be the best. Okay. All right, let's keep going. So we did introductions. So this is like a 2-minute video I want you guys to take a look at. I am going to, you guys can't see the chat, so that kind of puts me in a bind. I'm going to email it to you guys. Okay, so just take like 2 minutes or so to look at this video, and then we'll come back together and we'll talk about it. Okay?
Okay.
Can anyone see the chat, or should I not put it in there at all?
Probably
No one?
not.
I can
Yeah,
see the
probably
chat,
not.
but
Yeah.
I can't
Okay.
type in it.
You can see it, but you, okay, if you can see it, can you copy from it?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to put the video in there, just copy the video.
Okay, yes, I'm able to download it.
Okay, perfect. Let me put the video in. Take a second and watch it, and then we'll talk about our job search.
What was your email? Did you how do we go back?
I can put my email. My email is, hold on. It's jennifer.brooks@psd150.org. Can you guys see that in the message?
Jennifer.Brooks.
Got it?
Yes, it's a holiday.
Okay.
Not this weekend, but the next weekend. It's a holiday. Well, it used to be a holiday. It was called Independence Day, but
Okay, I sent it.
Okay, awesome. Okay. While I'm getting the video up, let's talk about the surveys too. So some of you have already completed the surveys that I emailed to you last night. Just remember, if you do it from like your Gmail or if you do it from like an iCloud, make sure you respond to me and let me know that you already completed it. With the surveys, if it isn't from like a Peoria Public School account, then it shows up to me as anonymous. And so I don't want you to spend all this time on these surveys. They are long and not get the point. Does that make sense?
yeah.
Okay. Have any of you already done them but didn't let me know? No? Do you guys know what I'm talking about?
I'm looking for this. Oh, okay, I got it.
Maybe? Okay. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, check your email from last night. We do have some surveys in there for you guys to complete. One is called the Casey's Life Skills, and another is the Youth Employment Survey. Okay. And I think I'm going to skip the first video just to keep it moving, especially if you guys can't really see or type into the chat to respond. So we'll just keep it going. Basically, in the video, the guy is like a video blogger. That's his job. So he goes on vacation and just makes videos of all the places that he goes. Excuse me. And so that's what he does for a living. And I was going to use that to ask you, like, if you could choose any job to do, what would you choose and why? So someone go ahead and unmute yourself and let me know what you would do. Deontay, what would you do if you could choose your job? If you could do anything, what would you decide to do?
Just from construction, like any construction job, honestly.
Don't forget to unmute.
Oh, hold on. What's up?
Deontay, are you there?
Yeah.
What about Kai? Kai, what would you do? What's your dream job?
Welding, something in Caterpillar.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. One more time. I'm sorry about that. Kai, what would you do? What's your dream job?
Welding,
Okay, awesome. And Deontay, what's yours?
The hell?
Oh. Okay. All right. I thought I was having an issue with the sound, but that's okay. We'll keep it going. So keep Whatever your dream job is, the point for me bringing that up is that while you're searching for jobs this summer, it can still align with your ultimate goal, right? So if I know that my job in the future, I want to become a nurse, like I could start looking for healthcare related jobs now if I were a teenager or a younger person that would give me the skills that I would need for the future. Okay. So today, as we explore, we're going to look through monster.com. We're going to look at Indeed. The Bureau of Labor Statistics is a really good place to go to. Um, if you do want to be a welder, but you don't know if that'll still be a good job to have in 10 years, it's a really good place to go. It gives you like the job projection or the job outlook, right? Because there's no point in spending all this money getting your certificate to go into a job that won't exist 5 years from now. Does that make sense?
So you want us to look at these websites right now?
You don't have to. You're going to look at them later when you start searching for your jobs, but these are just good places to start. Right now, what I want you guys to do is go ahead and log into your Illinois WorkNet accounts. And if you can drop it in the chat, go ahead and tell me when you're in. If not, just unmute and let me know when you're there.
I'm logged in.
Okay,
I am too.
awesome,
I'm logged in.
perfect.
I'm logged in.
Okay, after you log in, go ahead and remute your mic for me. I hear a lot of background noise.
Oh my God.
All right, everyone, mute your mics. There we go. Okay, so when you're in, go ahead and log in. You guys should have already had created accounts to get into the program, so you should be good with that. And I hope that you can see my Illinois WorkNet screen. Okay, so once you get logged in, we are going to go to my dashboard. So follow me. Click on my dashboard. Once you get to my dashboard, we're going to go down to Employment 101. Click that. And let's take a 10-minute break or so. And while you guys break, go ahead and do this pre-assessment. Okay. When you're done, let me know. I am going to still be here. I'm just going to stop talking for 10 minutes. I'll check back in with you guys at 9:30. But go ahead and complete this pre-assessment. Is everybody here? Go ahead and
Yes.
unmute real quick. Okay, awesome. All right, so you guys go ahead and work
Yes.
on that. And then we'll check back in at 9:30, okay?
Hey, Miss Brooks.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
What do I use for the survey?
I'm sorry.
What do I go to for the survey?
Your surveys were emailed to you, so go to your email account, and they were sent to you last night.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I finished.
Okay, perfect. Who's still working? It's okay if you are.
I am.
Okay, take your time.
I am.
Keep on going. I'm going to send you guys the links to the videos as you work. So keep on going, and then we'll come back together in like 6 minutes.
I'm done.
Okay, good. If you're done, take a quick stretch. Maybe get up and go for a walk real quick and come back at 9:30. Okay, let's spend about 2 more minutes on this if you're pre. All right. Are you guys all done with it? Is it completed?
I need help starting it.
Okay, you don't know where to go?
No.
Okay. Let me show you my screen real quick. You can work on it as we talk, but I'll show you where to go. Yep, I'm going to show you my screen in just 1 second.
Okay.
Okay. So you are going to go. Hold on. So you're going to go to illinoisworknet.com. Let me know when you're here. Okay. And then after you log in, you're going to go to my dashboard. And then employment, my voice is going out. And then you're going to go to Employment 101. Do you see that? You following me? And then once you click on Employment 101, you're taking the pre-assessment right here. Okay.
I finished mine.
Okay.
And I finished watching the video too.
Awesome. Okay, good. So while you guys were working, I went ahead and dropped the links that we'll need for this session in the chat. So it sounds like you guys can at least copy from the chat. So do that as we work through our modules this morning. Next, we're going to practice searching for jobs. And we're going to move through our presentation so I can get you guys to where I need you to be by the time we break for lunch. So when you guys apply for jobs, tell me how you do it. What's your process? Like, where do you go? What websites do you trust? How do you find jobs?
Personally, I prefer Snag a Job because the to apply for the jobs is usually like built into the app, and so you don't have to go into the jobs website. And since all my information is in Snag a Job, it's easier for me to just do like the one-click apply and stuff.
That's
Other than
awesome.
that, I go to businesses and ask for paper applications.
Do you find that a lot of businesses still use paper applications, or do you think they're moving more towards online?
A lot of local ones use paper applications, like franchises and chain stores are mostly online, and like I can understand that because they're corporations at this point. But a lot of them have kept it in paper.
Nice. And so we'll talk about filling out paper applications later today, but that's a good point. So sometimes you won't find the job that you're looking for online. You may actually need to go to that business. And even if you are going inside of a store or something to apply for a job, your first impression still means a lot, even if you're just asking for an application, right? So make sure that you present yourself and look a way that shows that you are willing to work, right? So plan your day. Don't just pop up at places. Like make sure you look decent when you're going into these stores or these restaurants or wherever to get paper applications from them. Okay. Where else do you guys apply? How else do you find work?
I usually go directly to a business's website.
Okay, perfect. Good. So those are all good. My voice is going today. Those are all good ideas. So we've talked about Snag a Job. Indeed is very popular. It's just like Snag a Job. And then Monster too. So all of those are very helpful. Another way people find jobs is through their networks. Does anyone have experience with this?
I mean, before coronavirus, I had volunteered at a hospital a summer back, and through networking with my supervisor, she actually managed to get me a paid internship at that same hospital. But because of coronavirus, that was canceled. But yeah, other than that, I was able to add the person who ran the internship on LinkedIn.
Perfect. Tell me a little bit about LinkedIn. What's that?
So it's a networking site, and basically, like, when you go on LinkedIn, it's a lot of HR type of people and like people who connect others with jobs and like people who are in the field of managing and like the hiring process. And so it's good for networking and trying to get, employment.
Yeah, it is perfect. Very good. So LinkedIn is great. Basically, recruiters will contact you, right? So make sure that it looks as professional as possible. Okay, so you really should just have like a headshot, um, a decent shirt, maybe something with a collar as your picture, and then put your skills out there, and recruiters will contact you for openings. So that's a really good networking tool. What about like your personal networks? Have you ever gotten a job because maybe you play on a sports team and your coach happens to know somebody, or maybe your mom has a friend who can hook you up with a position? Have any of you guys ever been in those kinds of situations?
I have.
Yeah? What was that like? How did it happen?
Um, at the hospital, a Facebook friend who I didn't even know worked there. I ended up meeting him there,
Mhm.
and he offered to, when I turned 16, to hook me up with a job. And he doesn't work there anymore. So, like, by the time I did turn 16, I couldn't go through with it, but it was like an opportunity that I was in.
Yeah, and you made a good point. You said you didn't even know he worked there. So that's the thing about networking, especially when like social media is involved, right? So as soon as you are going to put yourself out there into the job searching force, right? Make sure you clean up your stuff. So make sure that like your Facebook is perfect. Um, Employers definitely check it. Like I have been in several situations where it is one person's job to basically break into Facebook accounts, for like a harsh way to say it, but they're going to check out what you put online, right? They want to know who they're going to potentially hire to represent their company. So as you're going through your job search, make sure you take some time to clean up your social media. Even if you think that thing is like locked down, still if it is something that would make someone, maybe second guess you, just go ahead and take it off. Okay. So as we move through the process this summer, definitely be mindful of what you're putting on social media. If you need to just deactivate to get you through this phase, and just start it back up later when you find a job and you're happy, then that's good too. But just be very careful about the image that you're putting online, and if you would want someone who would hire you to actually see that stuff. Okay. Do you have any questions so far? We good? All right, let's keep going then. Okay, so I'm going to search for a job. I'm going to search for a waitressing job in Peoria. I want you guys to read through this list for things to look for, and then you tell me which job I should apply for. Ready? Are we ready? Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to switch my screen and I'm going to search for a waitressing job in Peoria, and let's see what we can find. Let me know when you can see my Google screen.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Me too.
Okay, perfect. So I'm going to just Google it. Waitressing jobs in Peoria, Illinois. And several pop up here. So let's look through these. So there's one at Childers, Applebee's, and Avanti's that pop up right away. If we look at these, which ones do you think I should apply for first, or which should be the first one?
Avanti's,
Why is that?
because it's more local, and I just feel like you have an easier time getting into somewhere where it's like it's more Peoria based, you know,
Okay.
instead of like Applebee's, which is a franchise.
That's a good point. Very good. What about someone else? Like, which one do you think I should apply for first and why?
Childers,
Why is that?
because it was posted 21 hours ago. That means not many people apply for it.
Yeah, good. So it's important to look at, well, all of these are great options because they're all recent, right? And you made a good point earlier saying that Avanti's is local. That's a good point too. I like to look at when it was posted because that lets me know like the urgency of filling the position, right? So I would probably go for Childers first just because it was recently posted, just 21 hours ago, right? And then I would probably do Applebee's and then Avanti's. And it just lets me know that they're actively looking for people, you know? So I would feel like I wouldn't have to wait so long to hear back because they just posted these positions. Another thing to pay attention to is the business. If I had never heard of Childers, so I'm from Bloomington, we don't have a Childers, so I don't even know what that is, right? So because I've never heard of Childers, I would research it first just to make sure that it's legit. A lot of these businesses, if you don't know the name of it or if you've never heard of it, before you give them your information, like your name, address, phone number, all that stuff, do a little bit of research on the company just to make sure that this is legit, make sure their reviews are good, and make sure that you feel comfortable giving your personal information to whoever this person is online. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Okay, cool. All right, so let's say that I'm going to apply for Childers. I'll just click on it. Fairly recent, we trust the company, we know it's in Peoria, we can drive down there and see that it exists, so that's all good. All right, so I am going to look through the requirements and see if I have the skills to do this. Maybe I think I want to be a waitress, but maybe I really won't after I read through what they have to do in a day. Okay, so it says that my responsibilities would be to set the table, present the menu, help people select the food. I'd have to deliver the food. I have to have great customer service. I need to be a good listener and communicator, and I need to be able to multitask. I know myself and I am not a good multitasker, right? I'm a person that focuses on one thing at a time. So maybe I would not be the best waitress, you know? I am very organized and I do have good communication skills. So maybe I'll learn to multitask. Does that make sense? So really like reflect on your skills to make sure that you have what they need. Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to say that I do have these skills. So let's go ahead and apply. And we are going to just click on this. Sometimes if you click, it just takes you to different postings, which is fine too. Okay, so it looks like to do this one, you can either apply with your LinkedIn or your Facebook. I would never apply for a job with my Facebook. I don't even want them to like have access to that. So I would not do that. A lot of these websites, when you do apply for jobs online, will have you create an account, which is what it's going to ask us to do down here. Apply from which account. Okay. When you're applying for jobs, what are some important things to remember as you're filling out information? What do you think?
List your personal skills.
Okay. Good. You could list your skills. What else? What should your email address look like?
Professional. Like
What's an
your name.
example of like yeah, good. So like your name. So like first name, last name. Yes, good. So like I know I'll just say like Gmail is a great email address to use. It's really simple to create. If you don't have anything that's professional, make sure that you create one before you start sticking your email addresses on job applications, okay? That is something that they look for. All right, you got to keep in mind that several people are applying for the same position. You don't want to do anything that's going to make someone not select you. So make sure everything is perfect. As you're typing in your information, make sure that your capitalizations are in the right spot, right? So first name, your last name, the first letter should be capitalized. Your street address, make sure that you capitalize that, okay? Any name of a business or a person that you've worked for in the past, make sure you capitalize the first letter of those two. Okay. As you work on these, if you need help or if you want me to review them, just share your screen with me and I'd be happy to do that. Okay?
All right.
All right. So now what I want you guys to do is we are going to take like a, let's see, 25-minute working break. I need you guys to search for jobs that you would like and make sure that they're jobs that if I said, hey, Shamar, can you interview for this job tomorrow? You can do that. Okay, so make sure that they're jobs that you can actually do, that you actually have the skills for. Does that make sense or do you need an example?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay. Okay, cool. So let me show you Padlet real quick. Did I put the link in chat? Yes, I did. Okay, so you guys are going to open Padlet, right? And I'll just copy it and put it back in there. Have you guys used Padlet before?
No.
No.
No. Okay, let me show it to you then. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on a job search and you're going to find 3 jobs that you would be interested in, like working this summer. Okay. And then you're going to paste the name of the job, the location of the job, and then for one of the 3 jobs, you need to put the link in because you're going to go back later and apply for it. Okay, so let me show you what I mean. Maybe if my computer would be a little bit faster, that'd be great. Okay. Let me know if you guys see like a rainbow colored screen. What do you see? Can you guys see my Padlet screen? No? You guys see a screen that says job with like a big smiley face on the side?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, awesome. So look through, these are what other students have already done. So use these as examples. You get 10 points for completing this and those 10 points will count towards your $500 bonus. So make sure that you do it right so that you get all of your points. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to search for jobs. Here's one that's done correctly. So her 3 jobs are listed here. 1, 2, 3, right? Her name is in it. Make sure you put your name in it. Put your 3 jobs. And then for one of the jobs, put a link so you can apply. Okay? So we know Tanasia wants to do merchandise and stocking at Hy-Vee or work at Marshall's or work at Target. And she's going to apply for the job at Target. After you post the jobs you're interested in, put a little sentence down about the skills that you have that would work for these jobs. All right. So she has retail skills, which is why she's interested in them. This person over here is interested because they feel like they would be comfortable in the atmosphere and because they don't need that much training. Okay. So to add a new post, on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, there's a plus sign. Just click that and you can type right into your box. Does that make sense? You guys know what to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take like 25 minutes to get that done. If you need help, just let me know. Again, my name is Miss Brooks. Just show me your screen and I can, lead you in the right direction. Make sure you have 3 jobs posted. Make sure your name is in the post. Make sure you have a link and a sentence about your skills. Okay? All right, I will see you guys in 25 minutes. I'm going to turn my video off, but I'm still here if you need me.
So I just searched Padlet.
No, go ahead and click the link that I posted in the chat. I just posted it. It'll take you right there. Were you guys all able to open the Padlet link?
No.
I'll just send it through email. Do we have to do it on Padlet?
No, you can email it to me too. That's fine.
Okay.
How do you
If-
open the link?
Can you
Yeah.
copy and paste it?
I didn't get the link.
Okay.
Me neither. My chat's empty.
Okay. Let me go ahead and email all of you the link then. Let's do that. All right, just 1 second. I'll get it up for you guys. I see some of you sent your resumes over this morning. That's awesome. Okay. So I emailed you guys last night at 7:26. So you have all of the links there, but I'm going to send you another one. All right, so this is the Padlet link to use right now. Let me know when that comes through.
Oh, I got it now.
Okay, perfect.
So how would I sign in?
Um, what is it asking you for?
Nothing. It just showed me Kiana Ashford name, Raquan
At the
Linwood.
bottom of the screen, there should be a circle with the plus sign in it. Do you see that?
Yes, I see it.
Okay, click that, and
Mm-hmm.
then that's your post. So you can put all of your information in there. Make sure you put your name in your post though.
Okay.
Okay.
Where I want to work at?
Yep, so now go ahead and look for 3 jobs and put the name of the job and the location of the
So
job.
the title is my name, correct?
Mm-hmm. Put your name first. And then 3 places where you want to work. And put a link in, copy and paste the link into your post for one of the jobs.
Did you email the link?
I did. Did you not get it?
No.
Okay. What's your email address?
Shamar, SHEMAR .fields, FIELDS .Parker, PARKER @gmail.com.
Okay. Did anyone else not get the email? All right.
I had did my.
Okay, you're done?
Mm-hmm.
All right, you can go ahead and go on a break for a bit then. Or, did you get your pre-assessment done in Illinois WorkNet?
No.
Okay, go ahead and work on completing that.
Okay. How can you read the link?
Yeah.
Please?
You're going to go to Illinois, ILLINOIS.
I'm already on here now.
Okay. Are you logged in?
Yes, I'm logged in.
Okay. Click on My Dashboard.
I'm gonna show you.
I'm sorry.
I'm gonna show you when I'm logged in because I have made my own personal account.
Okay.
How you flip the camera? Oh, it should be low.
Okay, back it up some so I can see the top. I don't see anything. Does it say anything?
No, it's loading. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Okay, now it says something.
Okay, perfect. All right, back up your phone a bit. Okay, what's at the top? I can't see the very
It
top.
says my dashboard.
Click that.
Okay, my dash. I clicked it. Slowly.
Okay. Okay, just close. That's fine. Why does it keep telling you that? Okay. Okay.
Did we have to make our own account, or you had gave us a login?
No, you made your own. Under my dashboard, it should,
That's what I did.
and then look for Employment 101.
You said it should say what? Oh, I see it.
Employment.
I
Okay.
see it.
Click that.
Employment 101. It got
Yep.
pre-assessment.
That pre-assessment. Go ahead and take that one.
Okay.
Did it open for you?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Good. So spend some time working on that. If you guys haven't done that, go ahead and get that done. As you work through your jobs, make sure that you have everything I asked for in the job post so you get all of your points. Look around at some of the other examples to make sure yours looks like theirs. Okay. If anyone else has a question, let me know.
We had to put the link to the job.
To one of them, yep. To whichever one you're going to apply for, stick the link in the job post.
Okay.
Quick question. Just because it says full time, does it mean like in the case that we do get hired that we will be working full time?
Yeah, so pay attention to that. So if they're telling you full time, they're expecting that you can commit to about 40 hours a week. If you can't commit to that, then don't apply for that job. Okay. So if you know you can only do something like 12 hours a week, then find something that's a part-time position. That was a good question. How's everybody doing with their job posting? Are you guys okay?
I'm on my last one.
Okay, good.
How do I upload it on there and put it on there?
Did you see that circle with the plus sign in it at the bottom of the screen?
Yeah.
Okay, did you click that?
Yeah, I'm done with it. I'm just
Click enter and it should post it.
enter take me down to the next line.
What if you just click out of it? Like click your cursor outside of your box.
All right, there it is.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem. You guys are flying through this. Are we still working?
No.
No?
I finished.
Okay. Does anyone need some more time? If not, we can keep on going. Are you guys okay to move on?
I am.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's keep it moving then. If you're not done, keep going. You won't miss much. You'll be able to hop back in, no problem. So let me pull the PowerPoint back up. What did you guys realize when looking for these jobs? Like, what do you think about the job searching part? Are you comfortable doing this on your own? Would you need someone to maybe walk with you or walk you through it a couple more times? How do you guys feel?
I think I can do it on my own.
Okay. Pretty easy, not too bad. All right, so we have, no, why not?
Because it's like a whole bunch of different links for the same job, and like it's confusing.
Yeah, that is true. So that is something that you need to pay attention to. You may have already applied for that one and you don't want to send like 3 job applications to the same person, right? So definitely pay attention. Like if Monster uses it and if Indeed uses it and if it's the same job link, like make sure that you know what you're applying for. That is a very, very good point. Okay, so we will keep it moving. We have to go over a few terms just so that you guys know these. It's important to know these words in case they ask you if you have these traits during an interview. What I don't want is for you guys to get there and be like, oh, I don't even know what that means, right? So let's just go through a few of them. So integrity is one of the first words we'll start with. So to have integrity means you treat people fairly, with respect, and with honesty. And so this looks like demonstrating respect for the company's time and for their property. It means that you're engaged in the work that you do and that you demonstrate appropriate use of technology in the workplace. To have integrity also means that you accept responsibility for your actions and your decisions. So think about that for a second. Okay. And then let's look at respect. We know what it means to be respectful, and perseverance means that you stay on task and you overcome any barriers that are in your way. Okay. It also means here that you have a positive attitude under your personal ethic. So you're pleasant, you're easy to get along with, all of that stuff. So think about this whole concept here for number 1. And I want someone to share an example of either integrity, respect, perseverance, or a positive attitude. What does that look like? When have you displayed this to someone else?
Integrity is doing the right thing when no one's looking.
Right. So how have you shown this in your own personal life?
I always try and do what's correctly at school because I've never had a job. So at school, I'm always the model student. I always try and be the model student, regardless of if my teacher's watching me or not.
Good, exactly. That's exactly what that means. And I'm sorry, my voice is going in and out. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's my allergies, but so if my voice breaks, I'm sorry. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. So you want to do that same thing at work. When it might be easier to just leave 5 minutes early because your boss isn't here, right? To have integrity and to be ethical means that you would not do that. Even though no one's watching you, you still do what's right. Okay. Are we all good with number 1? Yeah. All right. The next one is to be dependable and professional. We don't really need to read through these. I think we understand what these mean. But someone give me an example of what it means to be dependable. How does that look? What does someone mean when they ask, can I depend on you? How would you respond to that?
Um, like your supervisors can know that when they call you in, you won't call off randomly or like abuse, the system that it takes to call off a lot. They know when they ask you to do stuff that you do it on time and correctly. And they shouldn't have to ask you twice for things.
Right. Good. Good. That's good. Right. So they want to know that they can count on you, right? They don't want to have to come back and say, hey, I asked you to do this, 10 minutes ago. What's going on? Can you please do this? They don't want to do that. They want to know that you can follow directions, and that they can rely on you to help the workday go through smoothly. All right. What about professionalism? What does that mean to display professionalism at work? Or what's unprofessional? How about that? That may be easier.
Oh, answering the customers, just like not conducting a proper business environment. Just like where work and life is separated. It's not very distinct for that person, and it's just, how to describe this?
You're on the right track. Keep going. Tell me what it looks like, because we've all seen it before. So tell me what it looks like if someone is behaving unprofessionally. What would that look like?
Childish,
journalism.
they're not being mature.
Childish, not being mature. What else were you going to say?
I was going to say like journalism, everything is strictly based off of what you're supposed to be doing, and it's not a bias or an emotional thing.
Yes, that's a great example. Exactly. So, have you guys ever been, and this happened to me like several times at the same place, I had to stop going, but have you ever been to like, we'll say like a restaurant, and your server is just like bothered that she has to help you and help you take your order? Have you guys ever experienced anything like that? Where you can tell she doesn't want to be there, she could care less about your order. When you ask questions, like you can tell that she feels kind of like put off that you're asking. Have you guys ever experienced anything like that?
Yes.
Yeah, so that would be like unprofessional, right? Try to keep your emotions out of your work. Just show up and do what you need to do. Do it to the best of your ability, and then keep your day going. All right, so let's talk about communication skills and teamwork. So active listening, that is when we listen to consider someone else's viewpoint. Have you ever been in like a dispute or an argument with someone and you can tell that they were not listening to you? They were just listening so that they can prepare their argument back against you, but they're not hearing anything that you say. Have you guys ever been through that before? Or they're like listening just to respond?
Yes.
Yeah, so we don't want to do that, okay? So what we want to do is, let's say that there's a conflict at work or something, and maybe you feel like you did not make a mistake, and it's fine to feel that way, but still hear that other person out, right? And if you did something that maybe offended them, or if you did mess up, that's fine, just own it. So just, I'm sorry that, I made you feel that way. I'm sorry that I made this mistake. What can I do to fix it? All right, and just keep it moving that way. So be willing to actively listen. show that you do have good communication skills. And so that looks like showing them that you're able to follow directions. It means that you're open to criticism, which may be hard, but they only criticize to make you better. So definitely, it show them that you can, read information and carry out that directive. So if you're reading instructions for how to do something, make sure that you understand what you're reading and you can show them that by the work that you do. Okay. And then I think we've all had experience with teamwork, right? So try your best to work on a team. Show them that you can make good decisions and that you can solve problems without needing help all the time. It's totally okay to ask for help, but make sure you can do a lot of it on your own. If you need help, like I said, ask, be willing to ask questions and seek clarification and guidance. All right. And use your best conflict management skills to handle issues that you may have at work. Are we clear on all 4 of these? Are there any that don't make sense? We good?
Yeah.
They all make sense.
Okay. Is there any of these that you think that you may struggle with?
No.
No.
I can say that communicating is something. Like
Yeah.
I can actively listen, but people often mistake what I'm trying to say when I reply back to them.
Yeah, I can see that too. And then just when that happens, just say, well, let me clarify and just try to explain it again. For me, like I hate working in a team. Like even when I was in school, like I did not love like group work or, I prefer to work by myself. And so that's something that I have to really, even now, sometimes, I have to really just, embrace the team dynamic and the group work dynamic because I am more of like a loner, and I prefer to just work independently. So teamwork would have been something I would have struggled with when I was looking for jobs in my earlier career. But it's just important to know, like, identify what your strengths are, identify what you're not the best at, and just, work every day to make those things better. Okay? Are we good?
Yeah.
All right, awesome. So now we're going to talk about resume building. And so we've talked about skills. What skills does the job require? We looked at those when we were applying for our jobs or finding the jobs that we're interested in. Think about the skills that you have. Okay. And then think about the skills that you don't have, but what you should do to get those skills, right? So if you're not the best communicator, what can you do to make that better? Maybe you can join like a Toastmasters club. Maybe you can watch people do public speeches on YouTube and like maybe mirror them or mimic what they do, right? So think about those kinds of things. For your network, who can I talk to or who do I already know who may be able to connect me with a good opportunity? So if you play sports, maybe your coaches, or maybe you have teachers that you're pretty cool with, or maybe parents who know people who can help you with jobs. Sometimes your network is stronger than you think, and those are also really good ways to lead you to some pretty dope opportunities too. All right. So I'm going to drop the video we're about to watch in chat. If you can't copy and paste it, I'll also email it to you all. So let's take a couple minutes to watch how to create a resume, especially if this is your first one or if you have limited job experience. This is a really good video to refer back to. So I put it in the chat. If you can't copy and paste it, that's fine. I'm emailing it to everybody now. So let's take like 7 minutes to watch this and we'll come back together. Make sure you mute your mics though, so we don't hear everybody's video playing at once. All right, so go ahead and watch this and we'll come back together.
I'm done.
All right, awesome. Just hang out for a sec.
I'm done too.
I finished.
All right, good. Anyone still watching?
I'm done.
You guys sound so burnt out. Is
I'm
everyone
done.
fine? Okay, awesome. If you're not done, keep watching. If you are done, check your email. I sent you guys a resume template that you'll need later if you haven't already sent me a resume. So just make sure you got that. All right, so while you guys are looking for your stuff, I'm going to start talking. So important things to remember about your resume is that it needs to be as honest as possible, right? So don't embellish your skills. Embellish basically means exaggerate. If you don't totally have the skills, you just don't. It doesn't mean that you can't learn them. It just means in this current moment, you haven't mastered that yet, and that's perfectly fine. All right, so tell the truth. Be consistent with your spacing, your fonts, and make sure you proofread everything, right? So, excuse me. Someone sent me a resume and it was all underlined, the entire thing. We don't need to do that, right? We need to keep it just as clean as possible, okay? Keep everything simple. We don't need long explanations for anything on a resume. That's what the interview is for. So it should just be like highlighted points of what you did, what you've accomplished, any awards that you've received. Make sure you put that stuff on there. If you don't have a job, what were some things, or if you've never worked before, what were some things we learned from the video that you can put on your resume instead? Let's say this
We
is
could,
my
uh, we could put past experiences, even one-time volunteer experiences, and we can use like our extracurricular activities.
good, exactly. Perfect. So, some of us have never worked, and that's perfectly fine. If you were a member of a team, if you were like a member of some kind of organization, if you cut grass for your neighbors, if you've babysat for an aunt, if you swept up the barbershop, like think about all of the things that you've done to give you the skills that we talked about a little bit before. Okay, and put those on your resume. If you don't know if this is what your resume should look like, go ahead and create one. And then either myself or your job coach, once they're assigned to you, will look through it and tell you what to fix. And then you can just take it from there. Okay. Some of you have sent resumes, some of you have not, but that's okay because we're going to get those done today, hopefully. I sent you guys a template to use So if you have not created one, I would like for you to use this template. It's super simple. And then send that back to me like as soon as possible so we can try to get you guys placed in a job. All right. So this is what I just sent over to have it in your email. And I just want to show you how easy it is. So what you're going to do is just type over the information. So my first name is Jennifer. My last name is Brooks. Okay. And my address is 123 North Main Street. And my phone number is 309-123-4567. Is that enough? Okay. My email is going to be liljen@yahoo.com. Okay. I don't want to put my LinkedIn profile. I definitely don't want to give them my Twitter or anything like that. So I'm just going to totally remove those. Now, look at this information that I just typed in here. How does it look? Would you be comfortable submitting a resume that looked like this? Just looking at the part that I've already typed. What do you guys think about that?
I have a resume, but it's on paper.
Okay. Can you don't have an electronic copy at all?
No, I can't.
All right. Can you take a picture or maybe scan it on your phone and send it over?
Go get my-
You will need to
I
at
need
some
to
point this
update
week.
it.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say you will need to go ahead and make an electronic copy though this week, so that you can edit it easily. Okay. But look, you guys, at what I just typed in, because this is not the way that you would want to turn this into someone. So what's one thing that we see wrong in the section that I just typed? What's
Your
wrong with
email.
this? Yeah, my email is a little ratchet, right? So we don't want to do Lil Jen. We would need to do something better. So maybe Jennifer.brooks@yahoo.com.
You ain't capitalize your street.
That's right, exactly. All of this is wrong. So North looks like this with a period, right? Main Street needs to be capitalized, the first letter of both. Okay, good. What about my phone number?
It needs to be in brackets.
Okay, right. So we need to have,
The dash.
we can either do dashes like this, or we can do parentheses like that. Okay, but we definitely don't want to just have all of the numbers grouped together. Good. What about my name? How does that look? What do you guys notice about my name? It's all capitalized, so
Everything
that's
is
okay.
capitalized,
That would be
but
okay for
your
this.
last name is highlighted.
Yeah, my last name is bolded, right? And it looks like Jennifer is in gray and Brooks is in black. Do you guys see that? So we don't want to do that. It needs to all be bold and black or all be gray and not bolded. So that's when consistency matters. Okay? Any other questions about this top part? Okay, so I don't feel like we have to have an objective, so I just went ahead and took it out. So if my first job was, let's say I was a CNA for a nursing home, of course we'd put the real name here. And let's say I did that from August 2019, and let's say I still work here, right? So we would just put until present. Okay. And then I would tell you what I did here. All right, and let's say before that I was, let's say I was a waitress. So in the job title, I was a waitress at Fridays. And I did that from March 2015 to August 2018. Now look at the dates. So I said I worked this job as a waitress from March until August of 2018, but then I didn't have another job until August of 2019. Do you guys see that gap? So according to my resume, from August of 2018 until August of 2019, so for a whole year, I did not work. That is definitely going to be a question that they ask you about at your interview. So make sure your dates are as close together as possible. If there is a break where you weren't working, or if there is a break where you don't have anything in that time span, make sure you have a logical explanation as to why if they ask you. With some of you being like high school students or freshly out of school, that is not going to be much of a problem. But the older you get and as you get more job experience, they're going to want to see a consistent job history. And if not, then they're definitely going to ask you why you didn't work for whatever span. Okay. Let me go down to education real quick. So this month and year is when you graduated. If you haven't graduated, that's fine. Just put when you expect to. So maybe I'm still in high school and I don't expect to graduate until May of 2022. That's what I'll do. I'll tell them that I'll have my high school diploma by May of 2022. And let's say that I would have graduated from Richwoods. Okay. Now, if you have a really good GPA or if you were a member of some team or any awards, you would just put that there right under your high school diploma part. Any questions so far? Are we good? All right, I'm going to take that as a yes. So let's keep on going. So at this point, up until 11 o'clock, when we break for lunch, I need you guys to work on two things. If you've already sent me a resume, I want you to go back to your email address and check your email from 7:36 last night and make sure you have all of those surveys done. All right. So I emailed all of the surveys to everybody last night. If you have a resume that you've already sent to me, go to your email and knock out those surveys from now until 11. If you
How
have
many
not,
surveys are there?
there are two, but they are showing up in 3 different links.
Okay.
All right. If you are not using a Peoria Public Schools account, make sure you email me and tell me that you've completed the surveys because I won't be able to see your name if you don't. All right. So that's the first part. The second part, if you have not sent over a resume, I want you guys to go ahead and use the template that I just emailed you and start completing that. I would like to do that for sure together in case you have questions so that I can help you through it. So if you haven't done a resume, check your email, get the template, do your resume now. If you've already sent a resume, make sure you've knocked out those surveys. Any questions? We good?
Yes.
All right, awesome. I'm here. I'm going to mute my mic, but if you need me again, my name is Miss Brooks. Just let me know if I can help you, okay?
Okay.
All right, guys, do your thing.
Thank you.
No problem.
Wait, so can we hang up now?
Stay on with me until 11. We can hang up at 11.
Okay.
All right.
Is that where you do your own handstand? Wait, I thought you was just sleep. I was watching TV. Yeah, I just wanted to show you live. Because Mr. Earl felt like he said graduation in process. I know, I saw that. Is it pretty much the same stuff very couch? The she was saying. But it's you need like need my phone actually. You don't need your phone. Well, because it's not downloading on here. So what's your phone on? I can download Microsoft Word on my phone. What Microsoft Word downloaded on it for? Yeah, but it says update and it's not doing that. I can't open it. Because it's updating? Yeah. So when you get the one open? Well, no, it's supposed to like have a number going up to 100 and just keep doing this. See? I understand your phone.
Is everybody doing okay?
I can download.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, good.
You'd rather try to do a resume on the phone? A lot of people do, don't they? I don't know. Well, it's taking too long. I heard that pretty good. You can't bring it back. This is crazy. Someone is saying still waiting for download. But it's still going around circles or is it already open? Still going around. What's that red thing say? Something about an antivirus thing. The make hold on, man. You probably might not even need my phone right now. Try something else. Man. No. Yeah, just bring it to me. Just set it at the top of the stairs. What?
All right, you guys, I am going to hang on here until 11. If you feel comfortable continuing to work on everything by yourself, you can go ahead and disconnect the call. If you need help, stay on. Please log back in at 1 o'clock, though. We have another session. So use the same link and come back at 1 o'clock today.
Miss Brooks.
Uh-huh.
I had missed the part because I had to talk to my lawyer at
Okay.
sometime around around 9:45. So I had missed like that whole part.
Okay, no problem. So I'm just going to run through the things that we've done and let me know which one you missed. So did you do the pre-assessment on Illinois WorkNet?
Yes.
Okay. Did you post your 3 jobs to Padlet?
Yes.
Okay. And how about your resume? Are you working on your resume?
Yeah, I'm working on that right now.
Awesome. So you're fine. You're basically caught up. All we did, we talked about a few terms that we may not be totally familiar with, like integrity, ethics, communication. Were you here for that part?
Yes.
Okay, you're fine then. Just make sure you knock out those assignments so that we can get you paid at the end for your bonus.
Okay.
And then come back today at 1 o'clock. You can use the same meeting link, okay? We'll do a few
Okay.
more things. All right.
I have a question.
Yeah.
On experience on our resume, if we've never had a job, what would we put there?
Have you ever been a member of a sports team or like a school club?
Yes.
Okay, put that there. If you feel like you were maybe like the leader or if you worked well with others or anything like that, put that down under the job. Have you ever like babysat for anyone or did yard work for anyone or maybe helped at like a church or anything like that?
Yeah.
Okay, you can also put those down too.
All right.
Okay.
Also, would I have to put both of my high schools that I went to?
It wouldn't hurt to do that. Just
Okay.
put the years that you went to them.
Okay.